Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. Today's video we have a really fun one. I am gonna make the famous 6-day star blanket. Now, full disclosure, I have made this blanket before. I want to say it was like a year or 2 years ago. I made it for my grandma, so I have made it, but I didn't get to keep the blanket. So lately I've been wanting to make one just for myself to keep and to put on my little couch that I just added to my room. So I've decided I'm going to be making a 6-day star blanket, and I decided I'm going to be kind of putting it to the test because when I made it last time I didn't really keep track of how long it took me. I was trying to get it done as fast as possible. So this video we're going to be testing, is the 6-day star blanket really a 6-day blanket or is it longer? And just to make sure that it's like fair and full transparency, because I know some of you guys have jobs or 2 jobs and you can't just spend all day crocheting. So I'm going to be living my life normally and crocheting as I go, and at the end of every day I'm going to have an hour tally. So I'm going to be tracking the hours it takes me. So if it takes me 6 days, I can tell you how many hours I spent. So if you work a 40-hour or an 80-hour job, you know how many hours a day you can really put towards it. So if the days aren't helpful for you, you'll have a total hour count as well to kind of figure out how many hours it might take you to make. And we'll be doing a pattern review and kind of like a beginner to intermediate scale and all the stuff, the normal stuff I do in a pattern review. And I'm pretty sure this pattern's free. I already have it. It was free. There's a free written one with ads on her blog, and there's a free breakdown YouTube video with like 27 parts, like short part videos. I didn't watch the videos last time. I just went off the written pattern, and I remember having a little difficulty, but again, this was like a couple years ago. So we're gonna try it again, and I'm gonna be timing the whole thing, and I will take you along with me. So I just scrolled through the 6-day star blanket written pattern that I used 2 years ago, and it looks like the 6-day blanket is like the child size blanket, but we're going to be making a throw blanket size throw blanket size, so it's going to be a lot more rows than the 6-day blanket, but we're still going to try and see if it can be done in 6 days. Okay, so we're going to be doing the throw blanket size. It's the largest size on her pattern. So about the hook size, so it looks like we're going to need a couple hooks. She said to start out half a hook size larger than your weight yarn, okay, and then as you go, if your work starts to curl, up your hook size, and just keep doing that throughout the whole thing. And I made notes last time I made this. I ended up using 2 or 3 hooks. I just wrote like in the corner when I switched my hook, but we're gonna start off with a 5.5 millimeter hook because I'm gonna be using acrylic weight 4 Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and that's a 5 millimeter tag hook, so I'm gonna start with a 5.5. She also said that the blanket looks better when the first 9 rows are the same color, so you have like a base solid star before it starts to change color. So let's go pick our colors out. When it comes to picking out my colors, I refuse to go shopping for this video. So I'm trying really hard to not go shopping for yarn until these are more empty. So we have to pick a color for the center that is here. And we have to have enough of it because it's going to be the center. So I'm going back and forth between this light blue or pink. I don't know, I kind of feeling like a light blue, really just all the shades of blue I have, with some green shades and the purple shades, like a purple blue green kind of like mermaid nature-y vibe. I feel like the pink's gonna throw it off. So maybe let's start with this nice like teal color since I have a lot of it. I'll be able to make the base star, like the first 9 rounds with it, and then also bring it back in like later rounds to kind of tie it all together. Like I said, I'm going to be timing the amount of hours I spend on this blanket every day, and so we can have daily totals and the end of the blanket total hours. So let's start day 1. Okay, so here's our progress so far. We have been crocheting for 30 minutes. We are starting to curl up a bit. So the pattern says if you start to curl up, to up your hook size 0.5. So I went from a 5.5 to a 6 millimeter. So if you're doing this along with me, I finished round 7 and then I switched my hook out. So round 1 through 7 was a 5.5 millimeter. If you're doing this along with me. And so I'm going to start round 8 with the new hook size and just keep going. We have to get to round 9, finish round 9 before we're changing colors. So okay, so we hit the 1 hour mark. I'm not going to be doing this every hour, but I just wanted to let you know how much about an hour of work looks like with this. So far, I haven't gotten all the way through the pattern. I know once you finish rows 1 through 9, you're basically doing rows 2 through 7 over and over and over and over again until your blanket's long enough. So I'm just now starting that 2 through 7 part with this purple. I've decided I'm going to switch colors every row. So here's the colors I'm working with. I've got like a medium purple, light purple, dark purple. I have this like brushed light purple I might toss in there just for some texture change. And then I have this teal we started with, this baby blue, and then I even have this brushed blue to also kind of add into it. So the vibe is like supposed to be kind of purple blue mermaid core kind of vibe. Isn't she so cute? Okay, I wanted to do a little 2-hour update. So I laid it flat just to test to see if we're wrinkling or curling up, if I need to go up a hook size, and so far it looks okay. So I'm going to keep my 6 millimeter hook for a few more rows, and we'll lay it back out in a couple rows. But I just finished the first 2 through 7 row thing. So I finished 1. So you're supposed to repeat this 3 times to make baby blanket size, and 5 times to make a throw blanket size. So I'll let you know how many hours we're at when we hit that baby blanket size, in case that's the size you're making. But our goal is a throw size. So just wanted to give a little update on how it's looking. I love the colors. They're coming together really nicely. Doing this, I realize it kind of is giving Frozen Elsa vibes, but it's fine. We are 4 hours and 30 minutes into day 1. I've gone up to a 6.5 millimeter hook at about like right here. I switched up, and right now I'm just checking to see if it's wavy or curling at all. So I know if I need to go up, but I think we're good to go for at least a couple more rounds. Possibly for the rest of it. I might be able to just do... I want to try and stay with this size for as long as possible. But I did realize I'm going to be running out of colors soon. So I think I'm going to just start trying to implement these 2 colors in. This one will blend well with this one, and I think the pink's just going to be another bright color, kind of like the teal. So I'm going to try and work these in to the circuit as we continue. If you notice the color change, that's why. But we are still on day 1. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm counting the days from when I sleep, so even if midnight passes, it's still going to be day 1 for me till I go to bed. So we are 4.5 hours in, and we got a long way to go. Okay, this is the progress for the end of day 1. I've decided to switch to a 7 millimeter hook as I continue, because I feel like it's just starting to kind of curl up just a little bit, and I kind of want to get ahead of it. I don't want to be switching it already after it's curled. So yeah, so we've got a ways to go. So for day 1 I was able to log 6.5 hours. So I know that's not doable for everybody, especially if you work a lot, but at least you now know how long it took me, so that you can kind of adjust how many hours you know it's going to take, that you know you have available per day. But 6.5 hours for the first day, and this is how far we've gotten. Jasper for size comparison, and I'm going to pick it back up in the morning. We're on day 2! Let's see, I want to get a lot done today, so let's see how this goes. I've just won the wildest game of yarn chicken with
this much left. Just saying. But I did want to also bring up the fact that I am now out of this purple color completely. And since we're just using my scrap yarn, I don't have any more of it. So I gotta get creative. This is all we're left with when it comes to colors that I haven't ran out of. As you can tell, I'm almost out of these two. I don't even know if I want to attempt to crochet with these because we're so far into the blanket that it's going to take a lot of yarn for every round. So according to the pattern, actually let me get my phone so we can see what time we're at. 4.5 hours just today. Combined with yesterday, it takes about 11 hours to get the baby blanket size. According to the pattern, we are at our baby blanket size. So if you are stopping here, expect to spend about 11 hours making a baby blanket. But we are going to continue until we hit our throw blanket size. But this is where we're at the moment. I laid it flat so we can kind of get an idea if I need to go up in a hook size, but I don't see any wrinkling or like maybe a little bit of curling. I don't know. Probably wouldn't hurt to go up a size. I haven't gone up a size since like right here-ish. If you really look, you can kind of see a little bit of a ripple and a little bit of lifting. So I think I'm going to go ahead and up one size. What am I at right now? Where's my hook? Okay, I'm at a 7mm. So at this point, once you get to the baby blanket size, I would up another hook like I am. So I have to find a 7.5, but if I can't, I'll have to up to an 8. I've decided to end day 2. This is how big the blanket is. End of day 2. It's getting really big. And we've spent almost 6 hours today. So end of day 2 complete. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Good morning. It's day 3. I think it's day 3. But it is time to get crocheting. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want this blanket to be done with already. I'm over it. It's always about this time of making something like this where I'm like, okay, I want to make something else. So I'm going to hope that we can get it done today. And I think it'd be kind of crazy if we got it done on day 3, so we didn't even use the full 6 days. But regardless, we're starting. I am starting the clock back at 0 so we know how much I crocheted on day 3. And let's get started. I am a little concerned that I'm running out of colors because I am using my like scrap yarn. So these are like what we have left. So I did fully run out of some colors. So the last bit of the blanket isn't going to be like really cohesive. I don't know. I'm trying to make it to where it kind of looks like it all flows together. But yeah, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because this is mine and I'm not making it for anybody else, so it's not a huge deal. I can already tell someone snagged the yarn last night while I was sleeping. And by someone I mean the cats. I had a pillow over this so they couldn't lay on it, but it looks like the edge that was sticking out got a little cat claw in it and kind of snagged, but it's okay. This is gonna get a lot of love because it's gonna be in my room and I happen to have a lot of cats. So let's get started. Day 3. Okay, I'm 3.5 hours in today. I'm 3.5 hours into day 3, and I'm just kind of laying it out to see if I need to go up a hook size for the last part. There's 6 rounds left, so you're repeating the same 6 rounds from like here to here. So there's one more of that left and then we're done. These are the colors I have left. I think I'm gonna add this as the last row as like a fuzzy lining to the blanket. It's definitely way bigger than I thought it was gonna be, and it's gonna get even bigger. Ideally I would probably stop here, but I want to show you guys how long it takes to do the full throw size pattern. So we're gonna do one more. Even though I personally would probably stop here, but we're gonna do another one. And I think I am gonna go ahead and up a hook size. I feel like we've just got a little bit of waviness going on, even when I flatten out. I don't know, I just feel like there's a little bit of waviness. So I'm gonna go ahead and go up another hook size for the last 6 rounds. I'm currently at 8mm, so I'm gonna do 9, or I don't think I have an 8.5. I don't know if 8.5s are a thing. If they are, I don't think I have one, but I do have a 9, so I think I'm gonna go up to a 9 for the last 6 rounds, and then we'll be done. Hopefully I can finish them all today, and then we'll be done with the blanket, and we'll have finished it on day 3. So I just ran out of yarn midway through a row, so I think what I'm going to do is use the scraps left from the rest of the blanket that don't make a full row and try and finish this row out with those scraps. Okay, I have 2 rows left of the blanket, but my hands are killing me, okay, like killing me. Like, I'm not going to be able to crochet if I keep going, so I'm going to stop kind of early today. It's only like 7 o'clock, but we've logged 5.5 hours today, so I'm gonna stop it here and I'll finish the last 2 rows tomorrow morning and we'll do the big reveal. Alright you guys, starting day 4, we're at the home stretch. We just have, I think, 3 rows left and we already started one of them, so I'm thinking we could get this done today and end on day 4, but we'll see. Let's start the clock at 0 and let's crochet. And that ends day 4 for 2.5 hours of crocheting. I did decide to end with 2 rows of this velvet yarn. I did the last double crochet row and single crochet row, so there's like a cute outline, little unique outline to the blanket, which I love the way it turned out. Honestly recommend doing this. But we have completed the blanket on day 4. So in total, it took me 4 days and 20 hours and 30 minutes to complete the full throw blanket size on the pattern. I used weight 4 yarn and then the Bernat velvet yarn for the outline. I started with a 5.5mm hook and ended with a 9.0mm hook, so you kind of get the idea of how big the sizing goes up. And yeah, it ended up being ginormous. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you want me to crochet or see how long it takes, or any kind of daily, 6-day challenge video or whatever that you want me to test out and see how long it takes to make, down in the comments down below. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye!